My name's Marcello. Some people might know me as Spooks from back in the day. But Marcello is my music name. Nóego is kind of it began as my kind of life ethos actually, because I noticed a few things in life where ego can take control of you and start making you act in ways that might not reflect who you are deep inside. And so once I became aware of some of the things I was doing because of my ego, I kind of tried to put it in check by creating this Nóego brand. And so the Marcello and the Nóego thing come hand in hand, but at the same time they're very separate. I wanted Nóego to be separate from me. I wanted it to be a business that wasn't connected to me personally, you know, as opposed to the music, which is very much connected to me. But I'll tell you what happened. I used to skate in Cyprus when I used to go for long summers, and I stayed with my grandma. And I used to skate all throughout the days, and I used to play Marshall Mathers LP while we were skating. So that was the first time I heard hip hop, and first time I started to become aware of rap. And then, same time in Cyprus, they had the souvenir shops where they used to make bootleg CDs of like all the old school hip hop tunes, Tupac, Mobb Deep. And I used to buy them for like 3 lira, which is like £1. And I come home, I listen to them on my CD player. And then, yeah, I was aware of rap, and then I saw 8 Mile. I was in a music lesson, the substitute teacher was in, just put that on the TV. And I was like, raw, there's people doing this. And yeah, me and my 2 boys just started rapping from that day on. And it built from being something that was just in school to me connecting with people in other areas that became like my best friends. And yeah, we went through the whole pirate radio route on radio with a lot of the people that are smashing it right now, and came up in the grime circuit. And yeah, here we are now. I love Drake, obviously. I think it comes first to mind because I like Drake, but at the same time I like Heady One. I have to check my Spotify, bro. That's what I gotta do to give you the answer. I was gonna write this down the other day. Here we go. This is why I like to look. Wizkid, big inspiration for me. Burna Boy, big inspiration for me. Like, I love Digga D. I love all the people coming up. Pot of Paper, huge one for me. Nath Smalls, huge. Yeah, man. I love the whole UK scene, to be honest. But yeah, I've got love for the UK scene right now. I think that for me, you know, as everyone else did, I got bored in lockdown, man, and I felt like, you know, I write every day anyway. And I've never actually told this story out loud, but I'm gonna tell you guys the story because this is how Nóego actually started. I was seeing a girl, right? A very beautiful girl. And one day we was at a pizza restaurant, and we was talking about like what we were good at when we were younger. And the first thing I was ever good at was art. You know, the first thing that, you know, I remember the teachers showing my mum things and be like, he's actually quite good. But I never did anything with it. Never did anything with it. Anyway, we spoke about it, and I was like, we were sitting there, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna draw you. And bought some pens and papers and that. We came back here, had a bit of a sexy session, just like Frank Ocean playing, little spliff and that, and drew her on some Titanic vibe, yeah. But I proper enjoyed it, fam. I proper enjoyed it. Like, I was exhilarated while I was doing it. Obviously, I was drawing a sexy thing, I was excited, but the whole process, I was like entranced. And then when lockdown hit, this was like 6 months after, I was like, you know what, I want to draw. I enjoyed that so much. So I bought this tablet here, it's a Wacom tablet. It's like £60 off Amazon. You connect it to the computer and you just draw on it like you would on a piece of paper. And I started drawing my friends for banter in the group chat and sending it to them. They were all right, like cartoons. And they were laughing, whatever. And then I started to draw Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. It's just, you know. And I was drawing it like, I'd have my phone here and I'd be looking at the screen and doing it like that, yeah? And they started to get good, weirdly. And then they started to get good, and I was like, you know, in about a month, they were sick. I knew I could get better and better, and so I just carried on. And the thing is with music, because I've done music for so long, I've done music with such passion for so many years, it's hard to explain, but I feel like I know what goes into making something great. Like, if you want to be great at something, I know the steps you need to take to do it. Like, you have to immerse yourself in it. You have to learn the shortcuts, like, you know, because going from a beginner to a professional is often just trying to find out the short way to do everything. One is that what you just said there is action. Like you can't, you know, I've had many ideas in my life that I haven't seen through, you know, or I've started and not completed, which is natural part. But the idea is, I think, the more you do, the more you figure out what's actually something you're gonna see all the way through. And you know, this Nóego thing was something, it didn't just pop up overnight, even though lockdown triggered it. I knew I wanted to create something that I could control from the top to the bottom. Like music, you're very dependent on people, directors, engineers, producers, and it can get tiring. And so I wanted something that I was in control of, because again, with music, it's a lot to do with who you know. And like, I needed something that I knew I could go out, if I want to go do this, draw this now, I'll do it, and I'll contact my supplier and I'll make it happen like that. And I have, and that's why the business is working, because I can control it. I'm not dependent on anyone. So that was the key kind of drive into starting a business, was to have something which I love, that's close to my heart, that celebrates my inspirations, and also gives people opportunity to celebrate their inspirations. You know, like when Nipsey died, I don't know about you, but I was heartbroken, bro. Like, same with Pop. I was literally like, I couldn't believe it. It was like I lost someone I knew. So when I'm drawing them, I can't explain it, but it's like, you know, there's a candle here for a reason. Like, it's one of them vibes. It's like, I got my candle, I'm playing their music in the background, I'm into it, and I'm locked in for maybe 48 hours onto that picture. So it's quite like, I think the reason the t-shirts have done well is because a lot of love goes into them. You know, for me to launch, and I've already sold more than half my stock, it shows that people can feel the quality that goes into it. And you know, you got one on right now, you know, the quality of the tee is good quality. That was the hardest part. I just wanted to give something for the people, value for money, something that you'll treasure, look after, something that's a bit different, you know. I think me as a person, yeah, I kind of pride myself on, like, I've got myself where I've got to in life, and I've still got a huge long way to go, but off just good vibes and hard work. And I always say to from my standpoint, like, you work hard and be a nice person, it's all you need in this life. So, do I see myself as a boss? Yeah, I do, to be honest, deep down. Would I ever flaunt that in anyone's face? No. So I wouldn't ever call myself a boss out in open, maybe in a rap or something. But me personally, I haven't even begun to achieve what I want to do, and even when I do, that's only to give back to the people anyway. So my kind of view on things is like, I'm just a regular guy, just with maybe a bit more dedication than the other guy. You know what I mean? Bro, I think it's just natural, innit? Like, one of my big person that is in my life at the moment, my manager, Jem, says, you know, I'm no one important. It's not about being important, it's about doing a good job and giving back. I really mean that, and that's why I do most things. If you know my music, you know my music's to make you dance, it's to make you feel good. My artwork is to give something to you that you can enjoy, something that's gonna last you a long time. And that's how I'm as a person. You know, what you see is what you get. Give everything 110%. And, you know, I just want other people to live their own dreams, you get what I'm saying? And realize that, you know, I've failed many times. I've started things and not finished them many times, but there does come a point where you say, I'm not doing that no more. I care about this, and I'm not gonna procrastinate. I'm not gonna make excuses for it, and I'm gonna make it work to the best of my abilities, because that's what works for me. That's what works for me, and I can swear by my formula of HW, GP, hard work, good person formula, take you anywhere you need to go in your life. Definitely when I found my supplier, like the one that I found in the end, he just understood, because it was a real struggle. I went everywhere and I spent a lot of money on samples. When you order a sample, you have to pay a higher rate because they're one-offs. So I did that maybe 6, 7 times, maybe more. And then I found one guy, and he loved the artwork, and he knew straight away what I wanted. And that was a big moment. Another moment was when I received the packages. I remember I was on my own, I had to carry them up the stairs, but I was so gassed, there was nothing, like all these big boxes, sweating it up. And I think the third one would be when I released and I got so many sales, bro. I was actually like, I was gobsmacked, I couldn't believe it. took me about 10 years to make that money in music. Do you know what I mean? I was walking down the road, I had the Machiavelli on, and the guy stopped. Two guys, I had my AirPods in, and I thought they were just saying hello. I didn't know them. I was like, "You alright?" And they said, "No, take your AirPods out." He's like, "Come here." He's like, "Where's that T-shirt from?" I was like, "It's my thing." They're like, "No." They're like touching it. I was like, "Bro, the quality's good, you know." I was like, "Yeah, it's good quality." Like, they're like, "Can you get me one?" I was like, "Yeah, of course, I could get it for you now." And I brought it to them, and they bought the 2-pack one off me there and then. That was a good moment. But everywhere I go, bro, I'm not just saying, I'll say it to the camera, yeah? I promise you now. If you cop one of these tees, yeah, everywhere you go, someone's gonna stop you and tell you how much they love it. 110%. Just have my word on that. For me, I definitely want to open up, like, because remember, these T-shirts, there's only 30 of each, and they're done. There's nothing more. They're not coming out again. I might, like, if I got a big demand, I might flip the background color, but the one you have, there's 30 of them in the world, they're done. Like, I want to bring out a basic range, you know. I've already sampled my tracksuits. My tracksuits are so nice. Again, the quality is 10/10. I've got many ideas with this brand. I read a book called The Lean Startup just before. My cousin recommended I read it. I had too many ideas. Socks. I have socks. I could show you the socks. I've got sandals. I've got tracksuits. I've got tees. I've got idea for a hat. I've got an idea so sick, I can't even say it on camera because it's just for this brand, and if anyone copies it, I can't let anyone copy it. I've got so many ideas, but I read this book, and the book's called The Lean Startup, and it talks about something called the MVP, which is minimal viable product. So it means bring out the thing that you can bring out right now without all the fuss and, oh, I'm gonna do socks and all this nonsense. Just like, get the one thing out that you can get out and test the market and go from there. You know, other people have, you know, you hear, get research first and Like, of course, I got research and did my business plans and everything, but my whole aim was to get my product out now because it was done. You know, I'd done my work in my brain, physically. It was time to come out, and the more you wait, sometimes the longer it doesn't come. Do you know what I'm saying? So my MVP was the black, all black tees, 12 designs with the books, the collector's books as well. That was a nice touch. And just get them out. So, you see this? Let's get deep for one moment, yeah? This is the logo for Nóego, right? So what this represents, this is a bit, I don't know if I should be telling you this, is a bit nerdy, but this, without the cross through it, is the symbol for the ego, right? So the cross through it represents no ego. On the tracksuits, if you imagine the hoodie at the back, it's got that big here, with Nóego, like that, on the front, and then same on the tracksuit bottoms, it's got the symbol there on the back leg. At the moment, I'll be honest with you, it's a matter of finance, it's a matter of demand. I want to get my T-shirts all done. I want to launch my second range, which won't be as big. I've got 6 faces that I want to do. I want to launch the second range with the tracksuits. It could be between now and 6 months, I would say. So bro, I'm a bit, I can't say it, but I think I've got a genius mind, innit? So, you know, I always think in terms of like ensembles, like to complement things, you know. If you buy that, I want you to feel proud in that, like I've got the shorts, Nóego shorts with this here, you'll be looking like a work of art, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I want people to walk around. The ethos is bringing art and fashion together, you know. That's what I want to do. I want people to be celebrating people they love with art, which, you know, one-off pieces of art, bro. It's, I think it's a cool little thing. Bro, I love Benja. Obviously Trap Star, Hood Rich. I'm yet to buy anything Hood Rich, but I'm overdue a piece from Hood Rich. I actually know, I'm friends with Nietzsche. I think his brand is incredible as well, the way it's grown. And yeah, those are most of the brands that I'm tapped into. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, anyone from the UK scene, like, Alhan's got one of my T-shirts, Poet's got one of my tees, which I'm quite proud of. Millions has got one of my tees, he ain't worn it though. I think what we're gonna do, what the next plan is we're selecting few people that we can access, and we're gonna send them off some personalized tees just for them. That's just marketing, putting it out to the right people and giving them something that they'll have for the rest of their lives. And I know they'll, come on man, you'll love a T-shirt with your own face on it, done in a piece of artwork. When did you ever get that, you know? Bro, I tell you what, only up until recently I've had like a real kind of transition in my music and my life and everything, and like everything I've worked for is kind of being pieced together. And only recently I've had that feeling where I can look back at everything I've done and I'm like, whoa, like it just comes in quick moments. Like I don't ever get like, yes, yo, I'm like this. But sometimes, like, sometimes I'll get a message from someone I work with and it's someone I respect crazy and they're like giving me a mad compliment. I'm like, this is actually surreal. Like, this is someone that I respect that I never thought I'd be in the room with, and they're gassing me up differently. Like, being independent when you have achieved success or when you're independent, you have to be sensitive to every small goal, everything, because you can't get caught up on watching what the big brands are doing or watch what your mate's doing. Your journey is personal to you, so you have to treat it that way and pay attention to all the small wins, because it's very easy to get lost with the failures. So being independent, bro, I'm not gonna lie, fam, anyone will tell you from my family I was born independent, bro. From a baby, it's in my blood. Like, I can operate on my own, and to have success in it now and to have validation. I know people say don't live your life for validation. I don't live my life for validation, but when people give you that on the basis of your dream, your determination, your idea, it's the best feeling I can ever begin to explain to you. So my dad, Iraqi, Italian, and my mum is Greek Cypriot. Italy, I went for the first time a couple years ago. Cyprus is where my family are and everything. Iraq, I've never been. I'd love to go, but I love it, bro. I think it makes me me. I do think it has an influence. You know what I mean? Like, it also has its negatives. I think it also gives you an alienation complex a little bit, like everyone has. But sometimes you feel like you don't fit in with the Greek guys. I don't know the Italian guys. I definitely don't know many Iraqi guys, to be honest. So sometimes. But I've felt like once you accept your differences, like I have a few years ago, when you accept that you're different, that's when your alienation can become your advantage, if you know what I mean. I think, generally speaking, the nature of the brand is to appeal to everyone. Like, I don't appeal to, I kind of grab icons, you know, people that have inspired me, and I guess give people a chance to pay homage to them in their own way, you know? Like, we lost a lot of people, ridiculous amounts, like from Mac Miller, Amy, Tupac, and I think to put it on a T, I think to pay homage to someone is something that just brings people together. It gives you opportunity to kind of share your love for that person, you know what I mean? My name's Marcello. Thank you to Drip Street for having me. The brand is Nóego. Make sure you look on Nóego. Check out